Hello and welcome to Commercial Cinematography, the Foundation. The goal of this course is to provide you an easy to follow roadmap on how to maximize your projects and help develop your career. Now, the methodology that I lay out here has been developed through trial and error. What works for me may not work for you, but hopefully the goal by the end of it is that you have developed your own system where you've taken little tiny nuggets from what I'm talking about here and developed them into your own system. In order to do that, we have to do a few things in this course. That's why we're having this introduction. Number one, there are a lot of videos. There is a lot of content inside of this course. This is not meant to be viewed one time. If you feel lost the first time you get through it, that's normal. There is a lot to get through. And there's a lot of situations where you're gonna have to go out and test these techniques. Do they work for you? Do they work with your personality? Do they work with your system, with your market? There are a lot of variables here. This roadmap is designed to give you a base from which you can expand on. Right? The methods that we talk about here work. That's why I've laid them out here. But for your own unique situation, you may have to alter things slightly. So I would say as you go through the content, start taking notes. There's so much information here that you don't want to spend hours and hours trying to figure out where I talked about this item or where I talked about that item. Start taking notes from the very beginning. And as soon as you can, as you make your way through the course, start to implement these things and start to test them. And the biggest thing would be to take detailed notes after every project. What didn't work? What did work? What can you maybe try next time? What can you try and maximize next time to really get the most out of it? I mean, we cover crew, we cover pre-production, we cover conversations with the production companies, conversations with the directors, rates. All of these things will have multiple variables within themselves. So it gets very complex very quickly. So I would say the number one thing here in the introduction is to take notes as you go. The second thing would be don't just watch one time. Don't just say, yeah, I got it. I took my main key points and I tried those. There's lots of information in here that you can continually test. Just constantly be looking for little tiny ways that you can maximize your workflow. The more work and the more problems that you can solve in pre-production, the easier it's going to be to get the results that are in your head. So go back and watch time and time again. Not only will this course be updated constantly, so you're looking back for new techniques and new approaches as they are developed, but also for your own sense of benefit, for your own sense of calmness to go, okay, what areas can I now improve on, right? There's so much here that it's hard to implement it all at once. So just slowly but surely implement it into your workflow. Start to do some of these things that we talked about early on, like your website, things that we'll get into that will make an immediate impact, but then build on those. Come back to the course and watch again. Don't feel overwhelmed if it's too much information. And finally, the last piece that I would say in this introduction is to come up with a system for viewing the course because there is so much content. Set a schedule. Don't try and take it all in a few days. Spread it out and implement in between to see what works and what doesn't work. So thank you for investing your time in this course. And if you've got questions or you want to take the conversation further, the easiest way to do that is to join the private Discord group. You should have already gotten an email laying out the server location. You log onto that server, you'll be able to converse with other cinematographers going through the course. You'll be able to see their past questions of how they're tackling the issues that they're facing, how they implement the methodology that we lay out here, what's working, what's not working. It really is the best place for not only having conversations while you're going through the course, but continuing after the course, continuing the conversation and helping to really get better and hone your technique and your approach to the work. So thanks again, and you're going to be seeing a lot more of my face in this studio, so let's jump straight into it.